Welcome back to another edition to Say That. You know what I'm saying? We about to get it in, talking about black women today. How do y'all feel about black women being known for being angry? Do y'all believe that's something true or what?
Yeah, I think it's a real thing. I deal with it at work.
I think it's really bullshit. They only a weak man would consider it being angry.
Not just the black women, but shit, being a black person, we all have reason to be angry at something. How America look at black women, no. They talk about, okay, that angry black woman. Bitch, is we calling cops on kids trying to sell water?
You know, one of these hot ass white girls come along, I'm divorcing my wife.
You know, as far as culture and as far as let's tell the truth and being more transparent.
And if I feel like I'm a hit, I'm gonna go for that one. Okay.
That's rad shit.
I'm just keeping it real. Like, I might go for the one with one leg.
We start off with the women. We start off with you, Kaja. Go ahead if you want to introduce yourself and where you calling from.
You said introduce myself, and what else did you say?
And where you're calling from.
Well, my name is Kaja. I'm originally from California. I live in Arizona.
Hello, I'm Keita. I'm from Arizona and live in Arizona.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah. Hello.
Yep, I've been out here for officially a year now.
Oh, how do you like it?
It's going a lot better than California was. I can say that much. So it's cool.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Nebjari.
Kyle Nebjari. I live here in Arizona.
Okay. Unfuckwittable.
Yo, out here in Washington, man, holding it down. Feel me?
Right.
Thank you. You gonna introduce yourself?
Nope. Y'all don't even know who I am. I'm that nigga.
I
It's your boy Holly. You know, welcome back to another edition to Say That. You know what I'm saying? We about to get it in, talking about black women today. So, I'm not sure where it's gonna go. This kind of came kind of spontaneous, but I'm ready to rock with it. Got a couple questions.
Yay.
Y'all, if y'all want to answer some questions, y'all good with that too. I mean, ask some questions. Y'all can do that too. So, go ahead, Fit. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
It's your boy F5 to the T back up in this motherfucker, live from California, from Cleveland to the West Coast, man. Cleveland to LA, like LeBron said, nigga. You already know.
Tupac said it first.
Tupac said it first.
Tupac gone.
But he said it from Cleveland to LA.
There you go.
LeBron felt
that. LeBron felt that.
But shout out to Pac. Rest in peace, Pac, man. I love Pac, man. Rest in peace, Pac, though. But LeBron, we got to pass the torch to LeBron. He here now.
Right. LeBron felt that.
With it, I'll take it. Why not? You know what I'm saying? It's Laker Nation. You feel me?
Right.
Oh, it is, Kaja. Don't worry about it. All right.
I'm gonna let y'all be great.
One of the big things is black women have a statistic of known for being like angry. I'll start off with there. Like, how do y'all feel about black women being known for being angry? Do y'all believe that's something true or what?
Who gonna start the question now?
Black women in America are angry. The angry black woman title that black women get in general in America. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, in general, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a real thing. I deal with it at work, where I have to keep my cool, or they title me angry black woman just because I'm not feeling well and I feel some type of way.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
Is Kita?
Yes?
Okay, you were done?
Yes, I'm done.
I think it's really bullshit. They mark us being strong and have like a low tolerance for bullshit and all that stuff. Is they call it angry. Only a weak man would consider it being angry. A woman, a black woman being strong and not taking no bullshit. But I mean, me as to myself, I know it's a time and a place for it. Everybody has their moment. Every ethnicity has their moment, flipping out and spazzing out and all that stuff. But you don't sit there and say the white woman or the angry Asian woman or whatever the case may be. So it's not right. I'm not like that. I know how to control myself under pressure or whatever. I do over the phone. My job, I work over the phone. Half the people wouldn't even know that I was a black woman. But that makes sense.
Unfuckwittable.
Well, I'm gonna say yes and no, and let me explain why. I'm gonna say yes. They probably do look at the black woman as angry, but see, I think that not just the black women, but shit, being a black person, we all have reason to be angry at something. The way we getting treated, and even if we look back in the days, I think the black woman was even angry when most of the black, slaves was being captured and shit, and they was left alone. And I think some of that shit is still in their spirit. So they like, hell yeah, nigga, like we mad as fuck at any fucking thing. So don't come at me the wrong way. Now, when we want to talk about how America look at black women, they talk about, okay, the angry black woman. Bitch, is we calling cops on kids trying to sell water? Is we calling cops on people trying to barbecue at a park, a public place? So,
True.
how America look at it is like, come on, man, really? Who's really angry here? Clearly, it's not us. It's fucking y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, that's my take on it, though.
True.
You are absolutely right.
We also got hello? Y'all hear me okay? Or is it messing up?
What's cutting out at first?
Here now. It's cool.
We got another caller that joined. You want to introduce yourself? Can you I think that's your mic that's messing up.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. You want to introduce yourself? Yeah.
This is Alexis. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm calling from Federal Way, Washington.
What's up?
Sorry, I dropped my phone in the tub, so I can't hear shit.
Okay. The question was about angry black women. Do you feel like black women are angry?
In what sense?
I mean, just as in general, like, how they kind of have the stereotype of known as being angry, starting arguments, fighting a lot, or
No, not at all. I think one angry black woman can't define all black women. I think we're all our own person. So I would have to say no on that question.
Okay. Can you mute your phones in the back when you're not talking? Because it sounds like we're picking up somebody's feedback. I'm not sure exactly who it is.
Okay, I'm back. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Now the question was, do I think African American women are angry?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they angry, my nigga. You know that shit. They all angry. Look at them right now. They look angry.
You stupid. You stupid.
You know what
I look angry?
You know what I meant? Because all the other women want us black men. They mad at that shit.
No, not really. Not really.
God damn. We just want these niggas all to ourselves, but they just keep on. They keep
not really.
By other
not necessarily.
She's angry. Not necessarily. She can't even let me get my opinion. You mad?
You stupid.
You mad?
You are wild for that.
Man, y'all mad, man. Period.
Yeah, we're damn pissed, but not about
I'm mad at y'all for being mad.
It's more we're more embarrassed for y'all.
But I love y'all though. I know y'all mad, but I love y'all though.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad. I know I am.
So why
I love
is
y'all, even though y'all mad.
I got my own reasons.
It's okay though. Y'all can be mad. We be mad at y'all for doing stuff. For being mad at us.
That don't mean that you feel that white is right because of that. No, but look, let me ask you a question, Fit. Now, how would your dang, I'm trying to think of how I want to ask it. So is that the reason why you feel that the need to go outside of your race because you figure black women are just too mad? Like, what is it that's so entertaining and appealing to you about them? Is it because they don't have the strength as a black woman?
It ain't even about going outside your race. As dudes, we just want some pussy. Honestly, we don't care if you white, black, Asian. So if you black, we still fucking with y'all mad black women. We just want pussy.
Okay, so the woman that you choose, if you were to choose to get married, the woman that you would be marrying and bringing home would be a white woman or a woman that's not black?
My girl's black. Wifey's black right now.
I'm just asking. It's just a question.
But I'm just saying, if one of these hot ass white girls come along, I'm divorcing my wife, and I'm getting with the hot white girl.
But that hot white girl's gonna be the same one to turn you in, show something go wrong. The black one's gonna be there, the one that's gonna be there.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna have to deal with that, but I'm gonna divorce her, and you gonna see me on TV with the white girl.
Somewhere on Snapped.
Kanye Whizzle.
But when the white girl get old, I gotta divorce her and go back to a black girl.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Sure.
Stay with them. You know, black don't crack. Stay with them.
Probably got like 3 years.
Black
right.
don't.
I'm 32, looking like I'm a 75-year-old white girl. Don't come back.
You gotta go back to black at a certain age.
Nah.
White only lasts so long.
Mary Kate and Ashley and look at Tia and Tamara. They're the same age. Mary Kate and Ashley look like they're in their 80s. Tia and Tamara look like they're still in their 20s.
Yeah, the white people only last so long with the.
But you think white is right? But hey. Each his own.
But honestly, as men, we don't really look at it like black women, white women. We just be looking for some ass.
Some new pussy. That's
hey,
all.
Cajun. Hey, look, Cajun. Let me ask you something. Cajun, let me ask you something. Why do black women wear weaves?
I mean, cause
is this the
I don't know. It's just like me, I do natural and I wear weaves. I got the weave in my hair right now, but I don't know.
I'm just saying, why though?
Why?
Like,
I don't know. Just to switch stuff up, I guess, to keep it interesting. I don't know. It's nothing wrong with doing something different as far as your appearance.
You should have asked yourself why do white women wear weaves.
That part.
You should have asked yourself why white women wear weaves.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to be like the black woman.
But look, it's no white women here on the show right now, so I can't ask them. So I'm asking the black women that's here. Go ahead.
I didn't see white women wear weaves. White people wear more weaves than black people do.
Okay.
I believe you. I believe you.
One thing that I was going to do, honestly, 100%, my dad, he even told me, he said, if I get my license in business and I open me up a shop, because, y'all know I do hair or whatever, he told me he'll give me the money for it. If I was to open up a shop, I wouldn't do it in the black neighborhood. I would do it in the white neighborhood, because them white women is the ones that's paying all the money to get extensions and clip-ons and individuals and all that.
Nice.
But why are black women so angry at white women? I don't understand that.
Not all black women are angry at white women.
That part.
We are not all the same.
Lexi, the white girls, but then y'all clapping when the white prince married a black girl.
I'm all for love. It don't matter what color you is.
What's that about? Y'all woke up at 5 a.m. to watch that shit.
Not me. I didn't even watch it. And I just feel
we gonna get into the interracial dating. We got that coming up too. Hold on. we got the interracial dating coming up too. I got that as one of the questions. We'll get into that
talking
later. Right
about-
now, we talk about weave. Alexis, why do black women wear weaves? Or why do you, I would ask from your own perspective, why would you say it?
I would say that black women wear weaves to change it up, switch it up. You know, our men like us in the finest or whatever it is. So if we wear the same natural hairstyle, it ain't always gonna be a hit. So we change it up. It's like the weather. You change your clothes based on the weather. Same thing with our weaves. If I feel like wearing a long weave, I'm gonna wear a long weave. If I want to do short, I'm gonna do short. It's all what empowers me as a person. I could care less what the next person care about. It's all how I make myself feel.
But how you been dating somebody for like 12 years and they never seen your real hair?
I can't answer that question for anybody. I can only answer that question for myself. Because anybody that I done dated, or been with, or been in a fucking bed with, they seen my nappy shit as well as my good shit that I bought.
But why gotta be nappy? That's your natural hair. That ain't
because nappy is black roots. It's nappy. That's just what it is.
Yeah, nappy is a gray.
I'm gonna explain why black women wear weaves since you don't know. You've been.
I know because I wear weaves. Do you wear weaves?
Black women are wearing weaves because they're being programmed to wear weaves. They've been programmed that European look is perfect. You guys.
And that's your opinion.
It's beautiful. You wear braids. You wear dreads, locks. It's beautiful. You've been programmed to think weaves is.
I do it all.
Let's ask the next. I see you down there rocking the natural. How do you feel about weaves?
I could have sworn weaves were for protective styles. Like when you were trying to, let your hair rest and grow and do what you wanted to do, it's a protective style because your hair is under the wig or the weave. And actually, we weren't necessarily programmed. It's been throughout history. Like even ancient times we wore weaves. So yeah, that's something black women have always done. Actually, I feel that we do it just because we want to.
Well said.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm worried about is when we're just covering up, just because of the image that is put on us. Yeah, society puts on us, and it's damage. That's my problem. Weave isn't supposed to cover up damage. It's supposed to express and do everything for us, but no, not. I just don't like when we wear weave to cover up something that we actually need to be healing.
Tamer Braxton.
What?
But I see. I mean,
yeah,
just because
Braxton.
It's like she said, it's not nothing. There's a lot of people that are wearing weave. They're not doing it because they're ashamed of their natural hair. There's plenty of celebrities that stay with weave in their hair and got hella cropped. Good at Taraji P. Henson. She wears weaves. Her hair is damn near to the middle of her back.
Keep it 100. Really, y'all just being lazy, right? And dealing with your natural hair is way harder than just throwing the weave in that motherfucker. Because every day you gotta wake up to your natural hair. You got to brush it, you comb it. Unless, of course, like you said, you wearing dreads and shit, then that's something different. But for the most, I'm speaking from my mom perspective. I mean, and when I say lazy, I don't mean lazy as a woman. I'm just like you don't feel like doing your hair. Like me, I don't feel like cutting my hair and shit. It's way easier to just put on a wig. Like shit, why would I fucking comb this shit when I can just throw on a wig and get the fuck out of the house?
Bro, know what it is too? They see that natural look, then they throw that weave in there. They be like, "Yo, I'm popping."
That's hey. No, I mean,
I don't know who had the authority to speak for us African American women.
And you just start popping.
Snapchat.
Okay.
Okay, so look, question.
Hold on.
I have a question for all the men here. Now, y'all see a woman in the club, why or wherever, not even necessarily in the club, just out somewhere in public. Oh, you see a bad woman that's natural hair, you see a bad woman with weave hair. Why 98% of the men they'd rather go for that woman with the weave versus the woman with the natural? Why is that?
Yep.
Them niggas is programmed.
Hey, actually, I'm going for the girl with the major cheeks.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with the major cakes.
I agree with that because I've been on the other end of that.
Trust me, it ain't too many niggas that see a female and be like, "Damn, look at her weave." Ooh,
Niggas
look
do
at her
not care
hair.
about
Like,
your
you know
No,
what
y'all
I'm saying?
don't say.
Like, we don't
Her
care
weave.
about that shit.
Here,
Y'all may not say.
Okay, so hold
Hold
on.
on,
guys
wait.
don't care.
No,
Y'all may
we
not
going too far. Hold on. We ain't done with the question. Hold on. Nebjari, how you feel about weave?
I particularly like culturally for me that's not a thing to talk about because I don't put myself in that position. Like me personally, I don't date a chick that don't culturally fit me in the sense of she's okay with being natural. Like it wouldn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like that argument is for to me, yes, to me a more a certain type of woman. That's not where I particularly prefer as a person to even have that argument. So I never had that argument with. Does that make sense? Like I culturally can't do it.
Yeah, that made perfect sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't even. It wouldn't make sense for me.
He
I'm not
don't
gonna
want to
argue with
debate.
somebody about their hair. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's a particular type of woman. So for me, I'm the dude like well, not for me a club, but if I'm out somewhere and I see a woman, if she is natural, like to me, if she's not on my culture, that would still be something I would look at because of my culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Other than that, when he makes, I'm not going to argue with somebody about their hair. That's their culture. There are certain cultures where that's not talked about or even spoke because the women in that family, that culture, don't even do that. So it's not, So I would have to stick with that. I would know how to do that. But people do what they want to do. And as far as what I've seen, as far as being in America and other places, there is a mindset where I think some of the guys are expressing where the women who do wear the weaves for whatever reason, but it seems to be certain cultures that where it is because they cover up. It is because you're ashamed of your so-called nappy hair. Where culturally, for me, that's something to be proud of. And I don't understand the argument back and forth. For me, the experience has been the African American women that have. I don't want to dabble, but the Christian black woman mindset, Christian black people, how they think like nappy is bad, or uh,
Hey,
when
if y'all got
say
stuff
when
in y'all background, can y'all please mute y'all phone? Because we hear everything in y'all background.
I
yeah,
think that's I don't. What's her name?
Alexis. Yeah, Alexis.
No, there's nothing in my background. I don't have no TV on. I'm in the room by myself.
No, I think it's
It's
the
Oh,
not me.
okay.
headset.
I hear a buzzing from somebody's phone that keep coming in. So if y'all
I
can
hear it
just
too.
tap on the phone and hit the mute. So
I don't
that
hear
we
I
it.
don't
didn't say it was nothing in your background. I said I think it's because of the headset.
Okay, hold on.
It stopped now. Oh no, stop.
uh go ahead, Nebjari. Who was talking? You was talking, right?
yes. I mean that's pretty much it. I think it just comes down to a person's or people's ideology and culture. If that's something that if you have some people in your family or friends or peers or whatever that have that conversation, you may hear a so-called black woman say that conversation or that second you hear something like that good hair, oh the one with the good hair. Uh, you hear terms like the Black American culture, like red bone, and you start hearing these. You say, "Oh," and that is because of racism. That is because of. Uh, I don't want to use the word self hate, but that's some type of, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And when you hear that, and for me, like when you grow up, you hear that, and only certain people in your family say that. You can kind of pinpoint it, and you can see the mindset. So that goes back to earlier. If this connects, the angry black woman. The black woman who, when she's combing her daughter's hair, she's, you know what I'm saying? She's being mean about it. Like she's angry about, she has these, it's like, wow. And then you see the mother, she'll have two or three different kids, different children. They have different hair textures. And, the so-called black woman, she
Or
can,
gentle with the one with the soft hair.
right. And she has a favoritism towards right. And so this is a phenomenon. So we can't sit here and say, oh, there's no such thing as an angry black woman. What I'm saying is, in a certain stereotype. Like I'm not trying to stereotype it, but you know what I'm saying. When now you know what I'm saying when they say angry black woman, you know what I'm talking about now. You know what I'm saying. So that has been taken to a stereotype. You know, I don't know. Sorry about that. That's what it is. But tying all this together, I just think, you know, as far as culture and as far as us telling the truth and being more transparent about, you know, our personal experience amongst ourselves, and all we got to do, pinpoint it, hopefully correct it. You know, turn around. Like we know we're fucking up. We know what we're doing wrong amongst each other. You know, let's do something else about it. Like we know what the behavior is. We don't need to have Tyler Perry movies to, you know, to show us, you know, what's going on. Like, I'm glad Tyler Perry
What's up
movie.
with that background noise?
Who is that?
I hear it now. It sounds like something dropping or something.
Playing or something.
Y'all hear this?
Somebody
What is
frying
it?
Oh,
chicken or
hold up. That might be me. I thought my shit was on mute.
Nigga here washing dishes.
I said somebody frying something or running some water.
Right.
That's hilarious.
But so were you finished?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Fit,
Yeah.
back to you. Now, you said, because when I said something about how most black men in today's world, society, however you want to put it, they'd be more interested in that person, that black girl that has the weave in their hair before they even think to look twice at the one with their natural hair. You said that you just looking at the ass, you're not looking at the hair.
Right.
But I had this question in mind so long, and now I just lost my whole train of thought. But I don't know. So if the ass ain't fat for the chick with the weave, or if neither one of them ain't got no fat ass, and you see that one that's either mixed or that one that got the weave in their hair, you're not gonna go for that one with the weave in her hair before you go for that natural one.
First of all, this is what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for. She gotta just be straight, like. And if I feel like I'm a hit, I'm gonna go for that one. Okay.
That's rad shit.
I'm just keeping it real. Like, I might go for the one with one leg. You know what I'm saying?
I'll go get you some ass.
I'm like, it depends on what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do that night.
You the type that a chick can give you her leg and you gonna go use it to kick it with the next bitch.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it real though, but
Wow.
I'm just fucking with y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. But yeah, it just with me it just depends on the personality and the conversation we have, and we got a vibe. I don't care about your weave. Like I talk to all kind of people. Like as far as like conversation wise, I'm like a person that can sit there and talk to you, communicate, and if we got a good vibe, I'm gonna go for that. I don't care about your weave, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Your age, this and that. Like I'm not there to judge people. Like eventually you can get to know people and be attracted to them off personality. That's more my thing. Like
that's true.
Like I've been out with like super so-called fine women, long weaves, real hair, whatever you call it. And then like, I'll be out on a date with them. They say some off-brand shit. I'm like, off top, this is over. I don't even like you, honestly. Like I had that happen before. Like I had to just cut a date off. Like, what you say? Really? Okay, it's over. I'm gonna return you to your car. Like I go off the vibe, like off top. Like I don't really. If the vibe ain't there and I can feel it, I'm not forcing it just because you got a long weave and you look like such and such. I don't care about none of that.
So what is your preference though? Would you rather have
my preference is I don't got no preference.
If you don't know
bad chicks is the only thing that I like.
If you said ass is the only thing you like,
I said bad chicks is the only thing that I like.
Okay.
He ain't got no type.
Okay, what about you?
Ice, yeah, we do this every night.
All right, Holly, what about you? Charger at? Hello?
That nigga washing dishes now. That nigga over there
You on
washing
mute?
dishes.
Holly on mute.
Yo,
He over there
this
talking
is
to himself.
definitely.
My bad. My bad. I was saying, simmer down, little teapot. It ain't my turn yet. Unfuckwittable. How you feel about it?
What's that?
About weave.
I mean, to each his own. You feel me? Like, you know, I mean, if it make a woman feel however, like shit, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. You know, just take care of it, though. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you keeping it up. You feel me?
Don't let their
Like,
hair turn.
yeah, like, and me personally too as well. It's like don't have so much. If it is a self-esteem issue, like you feel like you only look good when you wear a weave, like a Snapchat filter or something, then I think it's a deeper problem. You need to, figure out in that only you can figure out yourself. But if you just like to do it because you don't feel like doing your hair because you think it's cute, shit, rock that shit. I ain't tripping. Do your thing. I mean, that's
Can't hear
it.
you. You got yourself on mute again.
My bad. But for me, I ain't tripping. It's the same with me. Like, I mean, it's just like, getting dressed or whatever, like me, I wear hats and whatnot. You know what I mean? That's part of me dressing up. But I would prefer natural. I mean, myself, I just like natural. I just like the natural look better. Like, I'm not really, I never really like the weaves or straight hair or wigs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it never really interests me. I mean, sometimes, not to say like never, because I've seen something like, but like I said before, I'm not looking like, oh, her hair is super dope. Like I'm looking at her like as a female, or how she is, and that's just an addition, just like a hat or whatever. So that's how I feel about it.
Big long waves down their back to their ankles. I don't like the
Yeah, hold on. I got something else to say about that too. If you gonna rock a weave, like rock that motherfucker. Like I seen this girl with a weave on the other day. And her shit looked like it was like glue painted on the front. It's like, if you gonna see me personally, I don't mind like the weaves that they kind of rock up under their natural hair, that they make part of their regular hair. But when that whole shit just come on like a fucking it should just come on and like you can tell, and it's like it take away to me. It take away from like your natural beautifulness. You feel me? Like I'll give one example, and this girl did it to the T. What's her name from Insecure? Issa. Like she got short hair, but she got like 100 different hairdos with her short natural hair. Like I thought that shit was off.
Who is Insecure, bro?
Exactly.
Issa from Insecure. She got short natural hair.
You even know that show though, bro.
Hey, that's a good show.
I don't know who he talking about, but I have seen with natural hair. You know what I'm saying? That look just as beautiful as women with weave and all that. If as long as you take care of it, and you got to.
Got you watching some shows, huh?
That's the thing that weave is.
Issa from Immature. I was like, what was that?
Brian just
Insecure, man.
We got Brian. He just tuned in. You there, BC?
Yeah, I like them with weaves down to their ankles. I like the texture they weave to be so. I like the texture they weave to be totally different than the actual texture of their hair. It's better like that.
So you're not satisfied with a woman at her natural habitat, her natural.
I'm more up into the European fakeness.
Bullshit.
I didn't hear him. What did he say?
He's into the European fakeness.
I just, sorry to hear that. White features look better on black women, so they need to like constantly put contacts in their eyes, and put weaves, and they look better. And that's why I think they know it looks best, and that's why they put it in their hair.
B.
Can I ask you a question?
You had a few girls with some weaves, B.
Brian, can I ask
I
you a
think
you
question?
with a
I
few
just
girls with
told
some
you. I just said I like weaves. What are you saying?
and they look cool too. They have some nice
You
wigs.
said he like them all the way down
I
to
just
their
said
ankles.
I don't. I won't date a girl with natural hair. I don't like naps.
So can I ask you a question?
Of course you can, young lady. How are you?
So you'd rather, so you wouldn't a person that's something like your parent or grandparents or nothing like that. That you wouldn't want to marry a woman like that.
Of course not.
That's bad.
They were a couple
Stop trolling,
generations.
man. You gotta be serious, man.
All right. So the next question I want to ask
I
about.
mean, why would I marry somebody like my mama? That's crazy.
How old are you?
That's stupid.
All right, look. The next question I want to ask about is like Instagram. How do y'all feel about like Instagram is like basically like it's like a nude channel now. Like they have like it'd be all type of ass and
Whoever that
titties.
is, that girl that was asking me the questions, I like my girls just like that. Her right there.
You ain't about to talk to my cousin like that, bruh.
When this
Nah,
shit is
that's
over, I want
ignorant.
her
I
phone
wouldn't
number, the one with the big image.
You ain't getting with my cousin, bruh. I already know you grimy.
I
You
wouldn't
ain't
even
dating nobody in my family.
nobody like that. 'Cause I wear my natural hair too, so I'm not a person like that. Wouldn't
Hey
even
Fit,
attract
why
me.
is you hating on me, Fit? Hey Fit, how you just gonna hate on me right there?
I ain't trying to date nobody in your family. You ain't dating nobody in my family.
Hey, Fit.
Yeah.
He's already an automatic turn up. That was a bigger response. You don't got to worry about that.
All right, so look, the next question is about like Instagram. I don't know if how many of y'all see it, but it's like it's hard to scroll through without like seeing some ass popping up on somebody's page and titties. How y'all feel about black women doing that? Like, go ahead, Fid. I'll let you start with that one.
Man, that shit's amazing, bro. Like, if you got it, you want to show it, I'm a drool over it. And, you know what I'm saying? I like it. Like, hey.
If it was your you wanted to like that, honestly. If it was your wife or something like that, you wouldn't mind her flying it like that if she wasn't getting paid for it?
Kasia.
Hell nah. I'd be mad as hell.
Hey, look, Kasia.
Okay,
you gotta let people finish their sentence.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my side, but it ain't. So I can drool at other people, chicks. You know what I'm saying?
I like exploiting females.
I'm saying it ain't exploiting them because they're doing it themselves. You know, if you on there showing ass, you gonna get some likes.
No, I like to fully exploit.
Kasia, how you feel about it?
I mean, to each his own. I wouldn't do it, you know, but
go to Kasia page right now. She busting it open.
Twerking.
You motherfucking lie.
Hey, Kasia, you ain't never post twerk. You ain't never post
page.
No,
What page? What page?
How to twerk? I don't even know how to twerk, but I could cook.
Kasia, you was twerking on
wait. What page?
That's different. That wasn't me, okay?
You was twerking, you was lit.
That was not me. That was I gotta think of a name for her, but that wasn't me. She don't come out too often.
I gotta think of a name for her.
You wouldn't catch me.
Yeah, we all got one of those.
I had to make sure. I was like, yo, I had to ask security. Can you make sure she get home safe, man? Because I'm about to take her right now, man.
Alexis, how you feel about it?
I mean, it is what it is in society. I mean, I don't personally. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's kind of loud though.
Oh, I think it's because my mic is in the.
Oh my God! I'm not gonna even ask this question, but go ahead. Kaya.
What? I mean, it is what it is. I don't be on Instagram like that. I have an Instagram, but you ain't gonna see ass and titties on mine. What's so funny?
What the fuck?
Go ahead, Brian. You got something to say about it?
Instagram is cool. I'm a little thrown off right now. Yeah, you know, people should be able to put up whatever type of pictures they want. You know, I think that's a pretty easy question.
Right.
All right, so let's ask the other woman in the building. How you feel about it? What's your name again? So I don't keep acting like
It's
trying to act like
Kita.
Keita. Okay, got you. So
There's
how
no,
do you feel about Keita?
there's no weird shit going on with this show, right? Everybody's like.
Well, I don't mind it. It's not on my page personally, but I actually embrace it. I actually follow particular people on Instagram because of it. I don't know. I'm still looking at it, and probably Kyle even probably knows, but to me, it looks cultural. Like I follow a lot of Caribbean and African, women, and it looks cultural. And like when you see like their some ceremonial things, in their homeland, it looks like they're performing ceremonies. So of course it's switched over time and now looks whatever, but I still embrace it for, I guess, like Kyle's been on, like a cultural sense. I don't know.
It's just something about a big booty shaking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. Wakanda forever. So let's ask you, Neb Dari, how you feel about it?
Yeah, something about black women shaking ass in IG, I guess, is the question or something.
And being
wait, what's the question?
And half nude, showing everything. Would you date?
Something wrong with you?
Well. For me, I have to go back to culture. Like for me, when it comes to here, like so-called black women in the United States, when they're shaking ass or whatever, like for me, that's cultural. It's at its basis. It's you see a woman who has a shapely body, and that's pretty much a lot of women of color, black women. They're shapely, so they jiggles when how to say when I walks when I walk she roll, like. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
When I see her walk, she'll roll. Like you hear people say, like that jiggle, that bounce, and it reminds you of when you're with your mother, when you're a baby. The heartbeat. The heartbeat for us as warrior people, like you practice, it's the drum. You play the drum. Drum represents rhythm, vibration. So it's part of just growing up. But for some reason here, I'm gonna go back to like the black Christian. American mindset, the Yankee, we call it Yankee, the Yankee minded, like the Yankee mindset of like you don't embrace yourself or your blackness or your, I don't even want to use blackness because blackness is like what you call a thing. It's a color. It doesn't mean a people. But for sake of argument, here you have to say like I have to say black people. But like it's like if you do that, it's called like those people are gyrating, or it's just like. The culture here, like people calling the police on you because you're having fun. You're having a barbecue and they're calling the police on you. You have children. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Where I'm coming from? Like the problem here is you're gonna kill it. We're gonna fight each other to death over trivial things that's not in our favor and cultural to us, and we're gonna tear each other down over it. And we just keep doing it, and it's like there's no common ground. It's like you need to let it go. Like whatever it is that's tearing us apart, like those things need to let it go. If it's not benefiting us culturally, let it go. Or we need to change our minds in a certain sense. But me personally, go ahead and shake your ass. If you I don't know if you heard about it, but in the United States here, like Carnival, they have what is called Mardi Gras. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's a good example.
You understand what I'm saying? Gyrating, in other words, to move your body and dance. And if you got it like that, how they said, you can shake, you can move. Or now I know what other people are saying, as far as how you dress in public and what you do, the strip club. I understand where people want to go with it. But at the end of the day, we have to enjoy a woman's body. It's where we come from. It's where we come. We birth from. You know what I'm saying? We can't. What I'm saying is, we have a culture of demonizing black, and we got to stop. Does that make sense? Like,
makes a lot of sense.
Demonizing self, it comes from self-hatred. We get it from our mothers. Hold on, we get it from our mothers, or some of us. I'm not saying everybody, but some. Like I was saying earlier about the combing the hair and the what's some of the words like the good hair one, the one with the good hair and
or the light skinned one.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And when you can see that, and me growing up as a young man, into older man, like see it, and when you see it, I can point the finger at it because I grew up inside my family. There's different cultures in it, including the Black American culture. So my mother is Black American. On my father's side, they're still African persuaded minded, I guess you could say. So they live that life. So I could see the difference in I could see the difference culturally as far as a Black woman who's a Christian. Use the term Christian is the reason why I'm saying that. Christian or Abrahamic religious minded person, they have a certain thing about how they feel and how they act about themselves and how they treat their children. As far as like when B made a joke earlier about why would I marry a woman that look like my mama? Because that is the psychological thing about that. Yeah. About the women, like the thing that you were saying earlier, sister, about you were saying ones that go outside the race and things like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad we're having this conversation because, like, we should right now have the minds to tie all this in together and talk about the things, on a different plane, like about the angry Black woman. That's our mother. Some of us. That's some people stories I've heard.
Are we gonna touch up on? Huh? Sorry, nothing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's a habit. I'll be trying to say it before I forget it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We also need to recognize that we just came. This is our first decade that we've come out of the crack and drug epidemic. Okay, you got to remember that we've just come out of one of the worst situations of since heroin. And from what I hear, there's still an epidemic with that. So, this is our first generation. Now going into the second generation of out of the 80s and 90s, early 2000s, crack epidemic and things like that. This is one of the first few times that we see a consciousness about talking about what we're talking about as far as Black women, angry mothers. Angry Black women, the angry Black woman, the whole stereotype versus the actual things we can actually point out and say and see. But that. Again, that's for us to figure out. Like, we shouldn't have to be in front of white people and any other people talking about, the angry. Okay, we know who that is or isn't, but we also know the lady that kept all these kids that weren't hers. You know what I'm saying? So, it's our mindset. Like, just talk about it, and then we need to change and we need to adapt.
Let me add somebody else too. Let me ask some more, but I definitely feel you. You know what I'm saying? Not to cut you off like that, but I want to give some other people some time to speak too. And we definitely got you.
I want to hear a Black woman.
I want some of whatever she was eating.
Unfuckwittable. How you feel about it? About the twerking and Instagram and whatnot?
Well, that's interesting. Now, first of all, let me just say this: the body is a work of art. Before before our psychology was basically perverted or whatever, we'll walk around naked. Shit, they still walk around naked in some places in Africa today. But after the whole Yankee Doodle shit, like my bro was saying, and westernized shit became real perverted. With
Yankee Doodle,
some other aspect that had a impact on it. But for the most part, it's the westernized mind that has made the naked body a thing. Now, in my westernized mind, hold on real quick, y'all. Shh, be quiet, son, please. Thank you. In my westernized mind, hell to the no, my wife would not be on Instagram busting that shit wide open. Hell no, my daughters would not be on Instagram busting it wide open. Hell yeah, I would have a motherfucking problem with that. But
or your sisters.
It's because, or my, of course, definitely not my sister, but of course, come on now, stop, but nah, for real though, because of this westernized mind, though, you feel me? It has become a thing where it's become more of a sexual attraction, and I don't think that when we first was doing it, like they say, is part of the culture. It's not looked at to be sexually like, oh shit, she over there dancing and it's all shaking titties and ass and shit. Let me get over there and get some of that. We weren't lusting over the body like that. But because of this Yankee Doodle shit, it's definitely a less situation. Now, I'll be the first one to admit, I do follow a lot of models on Instagram. I shouldn't say I follow the models, but I follow the pages that that model. You feel me? And like I said, the woman's body is a beautiful thing.
Y'all need to check out Divine Interruption.
Yeah, well, my wife knows. She know what it is, though. She know. I told her, like, I look at the woman's body. It is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? And she don't mind as long as I end up in their DMs and leaving comments and shit like that. She don't care if I look. You know what I'm saying? But that's because she knows my psychology behind it. You feel me? So with that being said, in a westernized mind, hell yeah, I got a problem with women busting it open. Well, I wouldn't have my family, or I have a problem like if I see my mama on there or some shit, like I'll be going crazy, like, mama, hell no, like you nasty. But you know what I'm saying? In this old basic form though, in a culturalistic form, it is what it is. We walk around ball swinging, dicks hanging, titties sagging, pussy dragging. I mean, we walk around with the shit all day, every day, like the motherfucking animals. I mean, it's
right.
What up, though? I am Rama Holly, Cautious Collie. Welcome back to another edition of Say That. This is the spot to keep it real. This is the spot to speak on how you truly feel. Do you root for the underdog? Are you the underdog? Well, say that. You don't have to be a superstar nor celebrity. We can talk past or longevity. If you got something to say, you can say it here. All we ask is keep it true and make sure your words come from you. Basically, in other words, be ready to back your shit. Now let's take a trip and remember, it's only one thing better than watching the rise, and that's being a part of the rise. So join us. Speak your mind. Stop any and all contributions to the problem and be the solution. Hey, say that. Stay fresh, stay blessed, and watch the rise, family.